It is the beginning of October, and you know what that means. It is larch season, and it also means it is time to make an attempt at a top 100 peak. So today I am going to be climbing Big Craggy Peak, which is a top 100 peak here in Washington on the border of the Pasayten Wilderness. It is super remote, so the views should be awesome, and the route is pretty straightforward. I'm going to be doing 6 miles round trip with about 4,500 feet of elevation gain. It's mostly going to be a steep slog up this mountain, but there's a little bit of a scramble and apparently some really annoying loose rocks. So it should be an adventure, and hopefully we'll see some larches. I'm going to be starting in the dark and in the cold. It is below freezing this morning, so I'm going to be motivated to get the first couple of miles done on this trail to stay warm, because yeah, I'm still in the car to stay warm. But yeah, let's go get this mountain, Big Craggy. Check that out. Pasayten Wilderness sunrise. And there's definitely some beautiful golden larch trees back there. But I have also reached the point where I am departing the Corbyn Lake Trail and heading up towards my summit. And I could see the mountain on the way in, and I could see it on the drive in. And I gotta say, the mountain has not started to look any smaller the closer I've gotten to it. So I am on the Corbyn Lake Trail. And now what I need to do is cut up this to gain the ridge, and then taking the ridge to the summit. Once I get over this, be able to see the summit pretty much the entire way, which will be pretty cool. You see how fast the wind is going up there with these clouds moving pretty quickly. But yeah, I think this is going to be the most annoying part, is just getting up this slope. And then it should be pretty clear to the summit. But oh, those are some really cool rugged mountains behind me as well. Also, I gotta have breakfast, so I'm having breakfast, then heading up the meadow. Time to get serious about this mountain. Well, I am still doing I think what is probably going to end up being the worst part of this, which is the bushwhack up to the ridge. I am on the ridge, and yeah, it's a bushwhack. I have connected with either a faint boot path or game trails a couple of times, but it is just going up through this. It's opened up a little bit, but the tall grass, and I walked into something that covered me in burrs, so I had to stop and get all those off of me. So yeah, I think that this is probably the worst part of this. I cannot wait to break out of this and get onto some rock. I'm not going to be complaining about that choss now. This is it's an adventure, but it's definitely, this is a type 2 fun part of the climb. But it has been giving me very promising peekaboo views of what is to come. So yeah, just trudging up this. I should be seeing the mountain and the final approach soon, and whew, that'll be cause to celebrate. Well, I finally made it out of the trees, which is both a blessing and a curse because, oh, that bushwhack was not fun. It wasn't really hard, but it was just a slog and, oh, so annoying to do. And the good news is, that is the summit right there. According to my map, I still have 1,000 feet to go, but I don't know, it looks deceptively close now for how far away it has felt all day. But now, apparently, I have to go up some pretty annoying loose rock. I know people recommend helmets at some point, so I'll see at what point I gotta do that. But I'm ready for a change of pace. I'm tired of the ridge, tired of the forest. I'd like to get on some rock and into some different trouble. So I'm gonna take a break here, fuel up, and hopefully I'll be up there in an hour. Alright, got the helmet on, mostly because I'm by myself, so like if I trip and fall, you know, if I hit my head on a rock, I'm in really bad shape. Also, you know, there's potential for rock fall. It doesn't feel like it, you know, it's time for helmet. It might not feel like it is, but I think it is, you know. So going up this, I'm on the scree, which honestly, based on the reports I was reading and what I'd seen, I was like prepared for this to suck a lot more. This actually is not too bad. I have definitely been on worse scree slopes, and I think I'm almost to the top of it, and I'm gonna take a gully that might get a little scrambly, and then the summit. So I am very close, actually. But yeah, this has been actually way more enjoyable up here than I thought it was going to be. I think the forest is making me enjoy this part all that much more. And I mean, that view is something else. But yep, we're seriously climbing now. Helmet, and I think within 500 feet of the summit, so woo! Big Craggy Peak, and look at this view. Oh my gosh, look at that. This is truly the middle of nowhere, and wow, the clouds are incredible as well. Oh, I am on the west summit of Big Craggy because it's a double summit, so that's the east summit. And I was on that, and I was like, this one over here looks taller. And now that one, if one's taller than the other, it's by a matter of a couple of feet. But, whoo, oh my God, the sun came out on the summit. Incredible views in all directions. Beautiful. And I've been all alone all day. 61st tallest mountain in Washington. Woo! All right, I am going to take my much-earned lunch break, and I budgeted plenty of time to spend up here because, yeah, it's a journey to get up here. It is so worth it. I'm on the East Peak now, and I'm gonna give the tour from here. This is a really unique view, especially compared to a lot of the mountains I typically get to climb. First, I want to highlight just, it feels so remote. And I mean, that's because it is. I'm in the middle of nowhere. There is one dirt road that takes you here. There's no people. All I can hear is the creek in the valley below. I haven't heard a plane. I haven't heard any cars. I haven't heard any people. This is why you come out to places like this. But okay, let's start looking south. So this is the valley I drove up. Way in the distance down in the valley is the town of Winthrop. And then down here, this is what this area is more popularly known for. That lake down there is Copper Glance Lake, which is a really cool name for a lake. And it's surrounded by golden larch trees. This is Sherman Peak. And then we're getting into the North Cascades. There are really too many to name, and I'm not as familiar with a bunch of the ones out this far east. Let's look up what this big pointy one back there is. That's a really jagged looking mountain. But this one right here, that is West Craggy Peak. That is another top 100 peak. It's not as tall as Big Craggy. A lot of people link up this ridge and do both of them. I'm not doing that, and that also looks like more of a pain in the butt. And that is the west summit of Big Craggy. Went over there just to make sure. And then we're getting deeper into the Pasayten Wilderness. There's some really big peaks back there as well. It's incredible. I'm seeing so many mountains I've never seen before. And then further east, I believe one of these is Windy Peak. Like, we are very close to the edge of the mountains, and Windy Peak is another top 100. It's the furthest east top 100 peak. So that's pretty cool. And one really cool fact about Big Craggy is that it has over 3,000 feet of prominence. So you get on top of it, you get a really awesome view in pretty much all directions, just because it kind of stands out compared to the other peaks. So it's not only a top tallest peak,
it is also one of the most prominent peaks in Washington. It's also, I believe, in the top 100 for that too. So really, really cool mountain. Pain to get up here though. Absolute pain to get up here. But, you know, I always have a moment when you kind of question, like, is it worth it climbing up the mountain? You're like, is it worth it? Do I want to put myself through this? And then you get up here and it's like, yeah, of course it's worth it. Especially for this view northwest, I think is my favorite part. That's just beautiful. And the clouds are burning off, but honestly, the clouds dappling the valley was really making this amazing. And then, yeah, if you want to see the over the edge here, that is probably, I don't know, 2,000, 3,000 foot drop. It's pretty sheer on that side. For how easy it is to climb, it's very steep on that side. So really awesome mountain. Yeah, and I still haven't eaten. I got so excited climbing the mountain and taking pictures and stuff. I need to sit down and eat my Snickers bar and drink some electrolytes, which I'm gonna turn off the camera and do that now. I came off the summit and I am getting ready to pretty much ski down this gully. This is what I have to go down. Once I get down to where these larches are, kind of around here, it's gonna be good. This is a much better gully than the one I came up. I'm at least not gonna take gigantic rocks down with me. So I can dig my heels in, so it's pretty good. That being said, this is not a take a large party mountain. This is like a 2-3 person climb tops. I would not want to be on this with a bunch of other people. But yeah, I got to go down there and then cut around here, and then I'm gonna end up in the woods down there. Honestly, once I get to the woods, I'll be golden. I just need to get down this gully safely. So, whew, right, saying goodbye to the summit, and fortunately this will be the view going all the way back down into the forest, so not too bad. Woo! I think slid down at least 1,500 feet of the mountain in like 20 minutes. I went down a gully that I don't think you want to climb up, but it makes the descent much faster and I think much safer. The way I went up, I was not looking forward to having to descend that way. I think it was gonna be worse going down, so felt good about that. It was all controlled, and now I'm in this little grove of larches. So the exciting part of the descent is over, so I've got the worst of it out of my way, and now I just have to get back down through the forest and back down to the trail. Beautiful larch forest. You got a better look at the lake. It's such a cool color. But yeah, I have to get roughly down to that elevation-ish, because that's where it reconnects with the trail. Not down this. This is I mean, you could go this way, but it looks horrible, so we'll not be going that direction. So now I'm gonna reconnect with my ridge and take that back down to the trail. Once I get back down to the trail, it'll be a quick trudge out to the car. But oh, got some larch trees. So yeah, stick around for the descent because I'm gonna be shooting all these trees. Beautiful. This really is the perfect time of year. That was Big Craggy Peak. I'm on the last half mile off this trail. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up. That was just an incredible day in the Alpine today. Challenging climb. I would say that is a type 2 fun sort of climb most of the way, but that view at the top and just getting to be out here so remote, you know, I hadn't seen many of those mountains before. It's just so cool. Felt like I was the only person in the world because I didn't see another human today. And because there's only one dirt road that comes out here, I didn't hear any cars. I didn't even hear any planes. It has been so peaceful. But this route has solitude, but it is also challenging. 4,500 feet of gain in 3 miles is challenging on its own, but then half of that is off-trail navigation, and it is all steep. This is steep, and the terrain is challenging the moment you leave the trail, so be prepared for that. And on that note, helmet mandatory. I put my helmet on at the right time. There's a lot of loose rock up there, and this is one I would not do with a big party of people, like 1, 2, 3 people maximum in the climbing party, just because there's the chances of sending a decent sized rock down on someone below are pretty high. It is all loose. Do not trust a single rock once you break the tree line. Test your foot, test your footing, test your handholds, test everything, because it is all loose, which, you know, added to the challenge. And then the way I went, it's definitely class 3, although I think the challenge of this is more in just the loose scree and choss stuff. And less the scrambling. It's just a tiny bit of scrambling. This is a very light 3, but that is not what you want to worry about. I went up the more direct ridge, which had a little bit more scrambling, and I think that that was a pretty good way to go. There are some sketchy loose rocks, but there's sketchy loose rocks all over that mountain, so it's pick your poison. And then the way I went down, I think, was a much better way to go down. I would not go up that. That would be horrendous. Where you can just kind of dig your heels in and go down. There are a couple of chutes where it's the smaller material, so you're not bringing it too much down with you. So that was pretty good. And, you know, it's funny. Any top 100 peak will give you an adventure, even quote-unquote the easy ones, because for a Bulger, this is definitely an easy one. It's short, there's not a killer amount of gain, but it is still challenging. And every adventure has been unique, but they take me places I might not have gone otherwise, and I get to see things from a completely different perspective. So anyway, it was a successful climb, a safe climb. That's what I consider to be successful, is if I think I was safe enough on the mountain, and felt good about that. I don't think I got into any too sketchy of territory. I think I did the route finding correctly and everything. Got up and down. I'm not injured except for pokes from spiny plants, but you know, that comes with the territory. So good climb on the mountains, gorgeous. And I'm also very grateful that the way I came back down took me through that grove of larch trees that is just beautiful. Oh, I love this time of year. It's so gorgeous, but fleeting. Anyway, I've definitely rambled on long enough. Big Craggy is a challenge. You want to have experience in a lot of different types of terrain, scrambling, navigation. This one kind of has a little bit of everything. But that's another top 100 peak in the bag. Thank you so much for watching. And here are my favorite pictures from the climb today. Enjoy.